Alright guys, welcome. So today we're going to be cleaning out our Plex server. As you can see from the last update, this was the case that we put it in, and it's kind of been sitting here quietly ever since. If you look down here, it's gotten extremely dusty and much better lighting. Oh, hello baby. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you, baby. In much better lighting, you know, you can see how dusty this thing has gotten. And, you know, even with the drive, with the hot swap bays, build up around the inside, build up in the grooves, and I can only imagine what it looks like on the inside. So, you know, it's not too bad back here because this is where all the air goes out, but like judging just by the, we're gonna go give this a dust out. Okay, see, so here's like a better look that I was telling you. Like, if you see all the dust, all the buildup in the front here, like, need to get rid of that. So we're gonna do a quick blowout here with this, and then we'll get this over with. Like, just from the back here, you can see how things got really bad. I'm gonna have to give this a dust, and that would explain why this fan was getting so loud, because it's trying to push through all that dust. So like I said, we're gonna blow this out, get this thing nice and quiet, and do some upgrades downstairs. Alright, last part, we're just going to blow out this fascia and then we'll be all set. Alright, not bad. Okay, so now that the Plex server is back and clean as it should be, as you can see, it doesn't look anywhere near as bad. Everything was blown out to the best of my ability with that duster, which is super powerful, you'll see in the video. Part 2 of this is we're going to get some upgrades going here. So first things first, because we're going to be integrating the Plex server into my main storage server as well, kind of like a 2-in-1, we're going to be going from 32 gigs to 64, just to be on the safe side with all the hard drives I'm putting in and all the use cases I have for it. We're also adding a front internal card reader. I'll be able to back up SD cards here with ease at a lot better speed than I would be at like USB 2.0 speeds. So that is why we need the USB 3.0 internal header splitter here. We're going to be going overkill here with our OS. We're going from 256 gigs to 2 terabytes. With the amount of storage I'm adding in here, 256 gigs for the Plex cache library is not going to cut it. 2 terabytes is overkill, but I don't want to have to do this a second time a year down the line. Last but not least, our back fan of the PC is extremely loud, but it also has great pressure, so we are going to have a fan here that is capable of dumping all that excess air out of the back of the case without being as loud as the one we have here. As we have a static pressure fan in the front, as well as one on the CPU cooler. So this will all it needs to be to get all that hot air back out. It's not meant really for static pressure, but it is meant to be an exhaust fan, as it's supposed to push out all that air. So we'll see if it works and is quieter than our PC. Let's get into the upgrade.
I don't understand what's going on here.
Give me a break.
Understand what's going on here.
All right, so far we're getting there. We have moved the hot swap bays up here, and we have installed our front bay. It's a little recessed, it kind of pisses me off, but you know what, there's nothing better we can do. So we'll get on to the move on and make sure we get the rest of this installed. Installing the software is going to be the biggest pain in the butt. Okay, so update, a couple things. One, when I had this plugged in, my PC wouldn't power on. So that's one thing. I had to switch it back to my old USB 2 one. It looks fine, but the problem now is that we're not getting a post, and if I take one of the RAM slots out, it boots, and this is a fresh stick of RAM, and I would be really upset if this RAM was dead. So we're going to try a BIOS update, and we'll be back. Alright, so now the Plex server is up and running. I did a BIOS update, and then I stuck the 2 sticks back in there, and we get 64 gigs. Now we have to put this drive in temporarily. Mac RAM will flex this shit out, and then we'll be good to go. Alright, so we're back. We have the new SSD kind of just hanging there. We're going to replace it with the one in there here. I don't want to show too much, but we're backing up the software here a little bit. The cloning is going pretty well, so I will follow up here in a second. Hopefully this all gets to work, and then we get to run and get this server back up and running, but we'll see. Alright, so as seen here on the TV, it looks like local disk C, and then we have local disk L that was made, so let's see if we can just swap the drives out and get this thing started. Alright, and as you can see, we've removed the old drive here, and we have the new one here kind of just hanging out, and it's showing up as local disk C. So all we got to do now is get everything back up in order and make sure it all works once we get the Plex server back up and running in its original configuration. So all that's left now to do is get this drive put back, get this back onto the shelf, and make sure that everyone gets their Plex access. So we'll get this taken care of here shortly. And after a quick couple of cleans out and putting the case back where it belongs, right down here, I know it's hard to see, they're putting the case right back down here where it belongs. Plex is all up and running, and we're ready to go and watch films. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next server upgrade video.